Hi darlings, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing my very first harvest of 2026. So I'm always excited to see what crops are doing well in the garden. So today I'm going to be harvesting my cucumbers. It's my very first time actually planting cucumbers, and I'm seeing some really big ones on the vine at the moment. So I can tell that it's going to be a really good year for cucumbers in my garden this year. And I'm also going to be harvesting some carrots. But first I want to show you guys some of my crops along this terrace right here. These blueberries I planted last year. So this is our second year with them. And I must say they've been really a blessing for us because we've been able to harvest blueberries from them pretty much every single day, maybe a handful or two. So I'm really grateful for that considering it's just the second year. They are doing so well, guys. I got so many blueberries from these already. Like, they're so tasty. I'll be harvesting just the rest of these today as well. These are very good. My strawberry tower, it's not bearing any strawberry at the moment. So darlings, I'm really excited about growing cucumbers and actually getting a harvest from them. This is my first year growing them, so I'm just really pleased with the cucumbers that I'm seeing at the moment and how they're growing nicely. And as you guys can see, I'm primarily a container gardener. This is just basically how I started out with vegetables, and I just been loving it. It's so much easier for me, and I use varying pot sizes, as you guys will see in a little bit. So these are my tomato plants, and yes, I could have used a bit larger pots for these, but this is what I've been using since I started out a couple of years ago, and I've been getting good harvest every single year. So if it's not broken, why fix it? It works. So I've been working with it. I also wanted to show you guys a little trick that we use, because a lot of the property has a drip system to water like the larger flower beds, but some of these pots standing alone don't have any watering system, so I have to water them manually daily. So I just use these water bottles in them. It's an easy and cheap way to keep your plants watered when you're not able to go in the garden and do it yourself. And yes, from the optics, it doesn't look cute, but it gets the job done. So this is not a permanent situation here. It's just a temporary solution until we get some other way of watering these automatically. I hurriedly sprinkled some radish seeds here about a month ago, and I wasn't even sure it was going to take root, but to God be the glory, they did. And even though it's not a lot I'm getting from it right now, I'm still grateful that I'm able to get a small yield. And my darlings, I'm probably the most excited about growing carrots for two reasons. The first is that carrots are one of my favorite vegetables to eat. And the second reason is that they have been the hardest crop for me to grow in my garden. I don't know what was the problem, but for years I've been trying. I would plant them from seeds and I would just not get a harvest. But I realized at the end of last growing season that the slugs, because I have a slug problem in my garden, and I realized that they have been attacking my plants and been eating the leaves off before the plant was mature enough to fight for itself, to take up roots and to get stronger. So I would say I did two things differently this year. This year I planted from seedlings instead of from seeds, so I didn't have that struggle with the plants taking off because they were a little bit bigger when they went in the ground. And the second thing is that I did certain things just to help prevent slugs. And I'm not an expert gardener. I was not raised on a homestead or a farm. I only started gardening just several years ago when the entire world slowed down. So, like many others, I was also forced to slow down and just take stock of what the Lord had already put in my hands, and how I was actually stewarding these things. So over the years, I've developed a real love for gardening, and from there came a love for canning since I needed to figure out a way to preserve the crops that I was harvesting. Guys, unfortunately, I will not be getting an onion harvest this year. We had some really high temperatures up in the 40s in June. Onions just didn't make it. They died completely. I was so disappointed. As you guys can see, it's not a huge harvest so far, but it's the start of the harvesting season for me. I would say this is quite a lot considering I'm only planting in containers, and I didn't even take on so many crops this year. I decided at the start of this year that I was gonna take on a smaller variety of crops, but be able to focus a little bit more on each crop, because maybe that's why I have a harvest this year with carrots, because every time I take it on, I never really paid so much attention to it, hence I never got a harvest. So we have a lot of carrots so far, and I still have one more container over there that I need to harvest, as well as some more at the back. But I'm quite pleased, because when I moved to Germany some years ago, I knew nothing about gardening. I could not garden to save my life. I could not plant anything. I could not grow anything. I've never done it before. I didn't know how to green thumb per se. So being able to try my hand at gardening for the past, I would say maybe 5 years, and being able to get a harvest every year, even if it's not a lot, like my onions died and I'm still not over it, I'm still grieving, but I'm still grateful for the crops that survived and that I'm able to reap the benefits from. I want to show you guys some plums that we harvested yesterday evening from this tree behind me here. And last year this tree was completely bare. We had like less than a handful of plums on this tree, but this year it came with a vengeance. And that's what happens with gardening or planting crops overall. Some years will be good and some years are just completely dry. So last year we had no plums from this tree. I didn't make any marmalade from this tree, but I made the year before. But this year it's so much, so I'm going to be making some lovely Mirabelle marmalade with these, and I'll be showing you guys that in the next video, because I'll be making some special party favors with these that I'll be giving to my guests at an upcoming summer garden party. So you guys can look out for that in the upcoming videos. My hands are dirty, but they're these really tiny plums and they're really sweet. They have a small seed in them, but they're sweet with a soury taste as well, so they make really good marmalades. My mom was asking me if I ever made juice with them. I've never tried that, but I'm considering it because I have a huge amount. They're right over here. So this is one huge basket of what we picked yesterday. I will let you guys know how much they weigh after I've washed them and before I process them. So it's quite a lot. So guys, it's really overcasted today and it's even getting chilly. So I'm going to just quickly go ahead and sort through these. I need to clean them up, get them washed and ready for the canning process. So I'm going to end this video right here. So thank you for spending the time with me while I harvest my first crops of the year. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up or if you leave a comment, and also if you want to see how I process these and what I make for my upcoming garden party, be sure to subscribe. Thank you, my darlings, for spending the time with me, and until next time, have a blessed day.